That's now I start my videos.
Like, comment, subscribe. Let me see if we can get this to 25,000. No.
I'm in the right position. You've just made it way more awkward than it usually is. No, I just talk.
Hello.
This is my only voice.
Hello guys. Welcome back to the video.
This is gonna be an outtakes. I think you're funny. Wagwan and welcome to the Tuesday Tattoo with me, Tat My Keep. Today we're gonna be doing taxi driver questions again, or more questions that we get asked that you might want to know what my answers are. I've got an audience today and they're loving it, enjoying the YouTube. Right, question number 1. Can you tattoo over scars and stretch marks? Yes, you can. I'd probably say with with both of them, you want to leave them a certain amount of time before you do, just because the skin's healing, and as it's healing, if you tattoo it too early, it's going to push out ink. It's going to reject it because it's already in the healing process. But afterwards, I'd probably say 6 months to a year is ideal, as long as it's not too deep. It's not a problem. I've tattooed all plenty of scars. People are happy with the job, and it covers well. Right, number 2. Can you cover up a name with something meaningful? Well, the name was supposed to be meaningful, weren't it? You can cover up with anything, and typical, my battery's gonna die. I have got a spare one, but well, let's carry on. Will this tattoo fade over time? Yes, all tattoos fade over time, all of them. It's just how tattoos work. When you get tattooed, excess ink that is too close to the top of the skin gets pushed out, and the ink that's under your skin or in the bottom layers of your skin stays. But over time, your body digests the ink, so technically you piss it out. So your body slowly eats into it, and that's why you find old people's tattoos are a lot fainter than a fresh tattoo. Oh, I've covered that one before. Oh, this is a good one. Can you get tattooed over moles and freckles? Freckles are not too much of a problem, but moles can be an issue. The main issue is when you're checking moles for if you've got anything wrong with the mole, i.e. skin cancer or anything like that, you need to see the colouring of the mole. When you're checking moles, and you're looking for multiple tones of colour in your mole or different colours in your mole, and that'll tell you if there's an issue. And if you get that tattooed over, you're gonna struggle to see the variety of colours in your mole. So ideally you shouldn't be tattooing over moles, because it could stop an early detection of skin cancer or anything like that. So ideally not.
Thank you so much. That's okay. Oh,
yeah, I very rarely get this one, but can I get a part of the tattoo done now and get it finished later? Yes, you can do. As with certain tattoo styles, some tattoo styles you could get the line work done, go heal it, and then get the shading done. But other styles where you finish as you go along, you might start at the bottom and complete section by section until you get to the top. You might have issues with stopping and starting, because you're never going to get, it's going to be a struggle to get the stencil back on in the right place. So it's possible, but not ideal. Do I judge people's tattoo ideas? Yeah, I think everyone judges stuff, but I try not to influence people's ideas too much, just because if it's your idea and then 10 years down the line you don't like it, it's a you issue. Like this is just a natural case of you growing into a different type of person. If I influence you in your tattoo design overly, 5 years down the line you could be like, oh, that guy taught me into this and I didn't really want this, and I don't need that. That could affect my reputation, I suppose. So I try not to influence people's ideas too much. So I will judge your ideas, but it's not my place to tell you not to get something or tell you my opinions on it. It's up to you. Some things I'll say, maybe don't do that, but I wouldn't say get this instead. It's a weird one, because I'd say, like I had it this morning, I was reworking a tattoo and my customer wanted to get a feather with birds coming off it. And I just said, do you really want that? Because it's quite generic, I've seen a lot of them out there. And I can't imagine that you really want something that everyone else has got. 1 second. Hello? Who's speaking? I don't have life insurance with life advice. Mate, you know, if I want to update my life insurance policy, I'll get hold of my life insurance policy provider. I'm not gonna do it through a second. Well, scam call. Standard. Another question. Is it gonna hurt? Yes, it's gonna hurt. Everywhere hurt is different levels of pain in different places. My personal worst was the palm of my hand. It was horrendous and I wouldn't advise anyone to do it. But all tattoos hurt. Even the places where they're not that bad, they hurt. And people who tell you they don't, it's because they've had tiny little 10-minute tattoos in that place and they go, oh, I barely felt it. It's like, you barely got tattooed. So all tattoos hurt. How much is it going to cost? It depends on your artist, depends on your tattoo, what style, how long it's gonna take. We here tattoo, we charge by time. We don't tend to charge by the piece unless it's minimum charge. I know tattooists who do charge by the piece, but it depends. I spend a lot of my time doing day sittings, which we charge £400 for. And sometimes I tell someone it's £400 a day, and sometimes people look at me and, Jesus Christ, that's expensive. And I look at other studios and other tattooists and look at their prices, and we're cheaper than average in the UK. So if they think we're expensive, God knows what they'd be like if they were like, oh, it's £1.50 a day. They'd probably run away crying or something. So that's how much we charge. It's hard to say who charges what. Do I need to shave the area before I come? The answer is no. You can do, but I've had issues with people shaving before coming, because not necessarily on girls but on guys, where they're not used to shaving their legs. Guys will shave the legs and they're guaranteed to cut themselves exactly where I want to put the tattoo, which can be really frustrating because I can't tattoo through a scalp. So I'd advise people not to do that. It's much easier for me to shave you with a safety razor, not gonna cut you, than you do it with a Gillette Mach 3 in the shower and give yourself a nice little cut exactly where I want to put the tattoo. So I'd avoid shaving yourself. Is there any other good ones? Can I bring my own design? Yeah, of course you can. But the amount of people who say, I get a lot of people who say that they've designed something and they bring in a drawing, and really what they've done is they've found something online and copied it, so it's not really their own design. So I'd say you can bring in your own design, but if your design is just a copy of someone else's design online, I'm gonna want to change it. I'm gonna want to edit it so it becomes something different, because just tattooing someone else's idea on you, I don't really agree with it. So that's it. Do you do walk-in appointments? If we've got space, we've got time, I will try and make most of my time. The more I work, the more I get paid. Why wouldn't I do it? It amazes me when you see these tattooists and they say, I don't do walk-in appointments, I only do pre-booked appointments. Or they'll have a walk-in come into their studio and then it'll stress them out talking to someone about a tattoo they could do in the next 20 minutes, and that it'll overwhelm them. And for me, that's for what I think tattooists should start with, is pretty much doing walk-in designs. Someone, when at the start of their career, should be doing walk-in appointment where people turn up, tell you then and there what they want, you draw it up, make a design, and then you do the tattoo. And I think people who haven't gone through that process get flustered, and I think it's the best way to build a customer base. If you've made a good impression on someone with doing a walk-in design, the chances are they're gonna come back and use you again. And that's how you build a local customer base, by taking what's there, taking what's available, and then building a relationship with your customer. So they're comfortable with you, you understand what they want without having to explain it to a new artist all the time. So walk-ins, they're brilliant for loads of reasons, but the main reason is getting new customers. And 90% of the time you do a walk-in and it might only be like a palm-sized tattoo, but the next one, while you're doing that palm-sized tattoo, if you're talking to that customer and you ask him simple questions, oh, what are you getting tattooed for? Are you planning on getting more tattoos? And you're already putting the feelers out there for more work. So it amazes me when people are like, oh, I only work in a private studio, or we only do appointments by bookings. And I think they'll just, the amount of work they must lose out on and how long it takes for them to build a customer base up, it's going to be hard. I'd say a private studio is great for someone who's been tattooing 20 years and has got a really strong customer base, and they don't need to deal with walk-in appointments anymore because they've got enough customers and word of mouth works for them really well. But if you've not got that and you're not doing walk-ins, you're just making life harder for yourself. What happens if I feel faint or feel sick? No, it's just, it only records 15 minutes at a time, so you gotta press record again. But yours is the newer one of this, mine's the older one. No, because I just press record again and then edit it so it doesn't look like it's stopped.
You did spend about 12 of those minutes answering that question.
That's fine. Doesn't matter how long. Realistically, for the 12 people who are going to watch this video,
well, I was going to say I'd watch it, but I'm watching it right now, so I don't
know. You're getting it.
I'll follow you.
No, you.
Tuesday tattoo. By Tuesday.
Because I started the channel on a Tuesday. I can't remember what the question I just asked.
Faint and dizzy.
Oh, what happens if you feel faint or feel sick? Tell me straight away. You don't hold it in thinking, oh, it'll pass. You tell me, and I stop for as long as needs be. Like, fainting and feeling sick is a very normal part of getting tattooed. A lot of people go through it. Eating something before and focusing on breathing when you're getting tattooed is very important, because the amount of times I'll be tattooing someone and I'll feel them doing this, they'll go. And if you do that for 2 hours, the chances of you passing out and feeling sick are very high, because you're stopping the flow of oxygen in yourself. And as soon as the brain gets a lack of oxygen, it does this thing where it goes, the computer turns off now, and it turns off for a bit, and it's like a reset mode, and then passing out happens. Usually people feel dizzy and sick. Just before they pass out, they go, you know what, I feel sick, can I go to the toilet? And I go, no you can't. If you feel dizzy and sick, you need to stay there and just chill for a minute. I'll get you a bucket if you need to be sick, because the last thing you need to do from lying down is to stand straight up really fast, because that'll push you over the edge and it will make you faint and fall on the floor. We have hard floor and I don't want to see you crack your head open on it. So if you do feel faint or sick, tell your artist you should stop and let you catch your breath, have a drink, eat a Mars bar, whatever. Just take 5-10 minutes. It's much easier to take them 5-10 minutes than passing out and then needing to take 45 minutes to get over passing out. So that's my advice for that. Food, hydration, and just don't be scared to tell your artist to give you a minute if you're feeling sweaty. The amount of times that I've been tattooing someone and I've looked up and seen them holding the breath and looking as white as a ghost, and you're like, you're gonna pass out. I know before they do, because I've seen it before. Then I stop and I give them a break and I make sure they get some colour back in them before I carry on, and explain to them that you need to stop holding your breath. If it's really focus on breathing, just focus on breathing and you'll get through it. Or you'll get to a point that at least we can carry on another time. Sometimes you need to get to a point, you might be halfway through line work, or you need to get to a certain point. What are you sorry about?
She sent me 3 different centre piercings, so I drew up
one of them.
I have the one that I prefer, and then she was like, can I get this one out of the 3? Which was it? not the one I drew. I was gonna message last night, but genuinely I decided today because I was trying to decide between three.
What artists should do when their customer sends them 3 different types of something, what the artist should do is go, but which one out of them 3 do you really want? And if they say, you pick which one you like, you say, no, tell me which one you want. And then we'll do something more like that. No, it's not necessarily the customer's fault. It's partly the artist's fault, where they could have just said, can you make a decision so I can draw it up? Instead of just drawing up the one that they don't want.
When I was looking at the 3, it's probably that one, because I wasn't even sure myself. I just wanted, I don't know, centipedes.
I suppose this happens.
Everyone's going to be commenting on this YouTube video going, that dumb bitch customer.
Look, right, there might not even be 1 comment on this whole video. And it'll be you. Well, it's not my tattoo to talk about on YouTube, because it was Shannon's tattoo. But it looks good kill.
You're going to be laughing about this later to yourself when you're editing it as well.
I will. You know what? It's really bad, but I edit and I'm watching myself and I laugh at myself.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
I think about jokes I've said throughout the day and I'm like, God, I'm funny.
I start thinking, oh, I could have said that.
Oh, you're like,
And the time's gone, might as well.
sort of wherever, I know you're not supposed to decide, but sort of wherever in between that kind of like space there, you think it would sort of balance.
This is a good one we get all the time. Do you do white ink tattoo or UV tattoos? So white ink without any other type of ink next to it, it can work, but only maybe 5% of people's skin it'll work for. Some people's skin, white ink barely shows up or barely stays in the skin. Some people's skin, it'll stay, but you find that because it's the lightest of the opaque inks, if you've got a colour, like a strong pigmentation in your skin, the chances are your white tattoo will look, it'll take, what happens is, say you do the white tattoo and the white tattoo is in this layer of skin, your skin's like this, right? If you've got a lot of pigmentation in the skin, it acts as a filter, because the light's coming in here, it's bouncing off the white and it's coming back out and into your eyes, right? So it's going, it'd be like, imagine if you had a colour piece of paper over a white piece of paper. What's happening is the light's coming down, it's bouncing off the coloured paper, hitting the white paper, coming back through and into people's eyes to make the white paper look the colour of the transparent paper. And that's what your skin does. So if you've got a slight yellow tinge to your skin, the white's gonna start looking a little bit yellowy. If you've got a brown skin tone, it'll look browny. It won't ever stay white because you've got to look through your skin to see it. It looks a lot whiter if it's next to a really dark colour, and then it just looks like a lighter version of your skin tone, so it shows up as a highlight. So white on its own is not the best of ideas. It's possible, but I wouldn't advise it. UV ink's a bit similar. You can get coloured UV ink and you can get white UV ink. I've seen tattoos with the white UV ink where they've had a tattoo and you literally can't tell they've had a tattoo until it's under UV light. And it looks great for a bit, but I feel like the UV aspect of it deteriorates a lot faster than normal ink would. So say you had a UV ink tattoo on your hand and you went out raving and in the nightclubs, you'd probably be able to see it for a couple of years and then it'd be gone. So I suppose it depends if you think it'd be worth it or not. I wouldn't advise it. Right, I think that's it for taxi drive questions today. If you've got any questions of your own, feel free to comment, subscribe, obvious.
Smash that button.
Smash the shit out of that button. No.
Make sure to subscribe, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Exactly, I don't even need to say it.
And subscribe, smash that button, and see you next time.
Like that, just like that. That's going in.